Okay. Hey there. This is OnyxRose. How are y'all doing? Hey, Jane. What's up? Thank you for joining. This is going to be a short one. We are on the highway heading home. Just got back from my pre-surgical check-in at the hospital. Everything went well. Had an EKG. The EKG was unsurprisingly perfect. Did some deep breathing. Perfect. Took my weight. Amazingly, I've lost weight. I am now 275, where previously I was 285. So that's great. I'm happy to lose some weight. The very bad thing is that my blood pressure was extremely high. And they told me, the nurse there told me that if my blood pressure is that high on surgery day, then they are going to call it off. That's right, you heard me. Call it off. Hey, can we do something about the temperature? Okay. Whoa, watch out, watch out. Okay, sorry about that. We are having technical difficulties on the highway. People acting like crazy. If you're in Atlanta or in Georgia, you understand that people cannot drive. Um, so, but yeah, the everything went well except for the blood pressure. And the nurse, she was very kind. She was telling me to go to a happy place. So we took it a second time and it lowered by about what, 15 points? Oh, it lowered by 20 points. Okay. So oh God, it lowered by 20 points. On the bottom, it lowered, on the top, it lowered by 20 points. On the bottom, it lowered by like 10. And that's where I need to be. So Um, for the next 2 days, I will not have any salt, which kind of annoys me. I'll be having boiled chicken, um, maybe with some seasonings, garlic powder, onion powder, anything like that, but no salt. Drumsticks, ice cream, anything tasty and yummy like that, I can have, but I just can't have any salt, and that's fine with me. I can do that for 2 days. And, I should probably implement a I should probably go ahead and implement a no salt, or less salt, less sodium diet anyway. That'll help me lose some weight, help my blood pressure go down, and exercising will also help me lose some weight. So, gotta add more exercise, 3 to 4 days a week. Need to start walking again, maybe 30 to 45 minutes a day. Um, I do walk, so I take Nix. Nix is our black pug, and I do take him out for walks, but certainly not 30 to 45 minutes. That's going to need to change. If I really want to have this surgery, FFS, facial feminization surgery, then I am going to have to put in the work for the next 2 days. And that doesn't sound like a lot. It's not a lot of days. I really need, and I really am hoping that everything goes well. I will work my hardest. Um, Me and Egg are going to go live on Wednesday and talk about everything that we've gotten prepared, what we needed to do to get prepared, um, and anything else we can come up with. So catch us then. Like I said, Wednesday, I think it's scheduled. Do you remember what time it's scheduled? 8 o'clock p.m. Come on, Egg. What are we talking about? Our thing, our live. Okay, Egg doesn't remember. Hey, Eric, thanks for joining. Egg doesn't remember what time it is. I have it scheduled. Look at that traffic. Uh, So Egg thinks it's at 1. I think it's after she gets off work at 8 o'clock. Oh, you don't work. Okay. So we're trying to figure out what time it is. I think it's probably going to be 1 o'clock. Um, but look out for it, because Wednesday we're going to tell all the information that we have, all the medications that we have, if I'm allowed to say those. I think I am. Um, where I won't say where it's gonna be. Just to let y'all know, I was misgendered. several times today, but they did correct themselves rather quickly, and they did apologize. I know Wendy the Druid was here, and they treated her like absolute shit. So I was prepared, and I did stick up for myself. And Egg kind of gave them a look too, and they did correct themselves very quickly. So I don't have the same story as Wendy, thankfully, but yeah, that's all I've got for right now. We're in traffic, and so we will probably be in traffic for the next hour. Yay, traffic. Hey, Cat. Hey, Cowboy. Maybe I can ramble for a little bit more. Let me turn this around and show you all the traffic that we're in. Floop. So that is the traffic. Yep, Atlanta traffic. Um, we will be home probably in an hour. Egg has to work today. I am going to, we have to get started on washing bed sheets, getting everything sterilized. And, the one thing I have to do, which I didn't realize, I just thought about it yesterday, is that my face is not going to work for any of my banking apps or anything that I use biometric facial recognition. So I'm going to have to make sure I know all my passwords, which, if you have a lot of passwords, that you may not know all of them or remember all of them. I may have to create new passwords. Either way, Egg is going to have all of my passwords, all of everything, which is not a problem. I trust her 100% to use all my cards and spend them all the way up if she wants to. Let's see. Yeah, Kat. Hey, Kat. Thank you for coming in. Yes, the pre-op went okay. Like the EKG went good. Um, the the only thing that was bad was the blood pressure. At first, my blood pressure was what, 188? Okay, 181 over 97. Yeah, that was bad. It was bad. But the second time it was 166 over 84. And the nurse said that that was acceptable. She did warn me, though, that if my blood pressure is high, like the first one we took today on surgery day, then they are most likely going to call it off. Now, they will probably allow me to take it twice. Once when I get there, where I will probably be a little nervous, of course, and because of all the walking and getting into the surgery operating room, it will probably be high. um, but bad internet connection? Oh, no, 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 no. Anyway, yeah, it'll probably be high the first time it takes. The second time will be probably lower, and that's what I'm counting on. I am actually counting on everything to go well, so that this surgery goes off. I really, really, really plan on everything going well. I am working on my positivity. I did meditate this morning, so it helped a little bit. I was calm going in, but I think the walk from our car to the yeah, Cat. Unfortunately, I'm taking losartan, and it's 50 milligrams. The nurse said that losartan really is not the first level drug for black people, and amlodipine is. Is that what it's called? Amlodipine? Yeah, amlodipine. So unfortunately, I don't have enough time to get a prescription for amlodipine. Um, I can take meds to lower and that will happen after surgery because this is like 188 is too high. I don't need to like get my face rearranged and then have a stroke, that can't happen. So yeah, we will work on getting that lowered. Like I said, for the next 2 days, I will be having boiled chicken or anything that does not have salt. No salt, hydroxyzine. Hydroxyzine. I don't know. I've never taken that, and they didn't actually say that that was one of the medications I should take. They did say amlodipine is actually the first level drug, especially for Black people. So I don't know if I have enough time. It's not necessarily my primary care physician. It's going to be the pharmacy in terms of getting it in time. The pharmacy will probably need more than a day to get it filled. And even if they could get it filled in a day, the nurse said that it's just not going to be in my system long enough. Um, yeah, Kat, that's a great idea. Get there early so I can meditate when I get there. That's what I plan on doing. Yeah, that's a great idea. That is definitely a great idea. Thank you so much. Um, I will need to do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. They use hydroxyzine for anxiety. Okay, so if that's what they use for anxiety, I was told that they will push some anti-anxiety medication. Um, and I hope that that kind of clears it up. You know, like the anti-anxiety will make me a little bit more calm along with the meditation so that my blood pressure will drop. Right now, I'm in the frame of mind that everything's going to be okay. When I was in the room with the nurse and she was taking it, I was in a very, very, very down mood. Um, Thank you so much, Kat. I really appreciate it. I really do. Um, I really do appreciate it. I may actually take you up on that. Um, I will bring my phone and my microphone and all of this to the OR. Not into the OR. I can't take it into the OR, but to the hospital, and then I'll give it to Egg, who will take it home with her. Because now they said the surgery is supposed to only be 8 hours. Yeah, I'm early too. I like to get up between 4 and 5, sometimes six, sometimes seven, but, like, I have a dog, and that dog requires walking because we don't have a backyard. We live in an apartment complex, and that dog requires getting up early and walking so he can use the bathroom. So that's what's gonna happen. Um, on the day of surgery, I do plan on getting up early, so we have to be at the hospital at 6 o'clock AM. Um, I will probably be up between 3:30 and 4, where I will really start some meditation, um, eat something decent. Oh, can I eat? No, I can't eat. I can only eat. So my last meal is going to be the night before, like 12 o'clock AM. So, the last meal I have is going to be a steak. Oh, wait, can I have a steak? I can't have a steak. My last meal is going to be like boiled chicken or something. Yeah, but on steak is just gonna have salt on it. Well, what's the use of having a steak with no salt? Like, what kind of like, I have never had a steak without salt. 16 rescued cats. Wow. Plus you feed the 17 neighborhood strays. That is great. Thank you so much. We love kitties. We can't have a kitty because our dog would eat the kitty litter, the kitty food, anything the kitty has. And yeah, Nix has a problem. He has pica, which I have as well. He has IBD, which I have as well. Egg has IBS/IBD. But we did have at one point we had three kitties and one dog, and so that was fun. But the dog did not have a problem like pica or anything like that. So now that when Nix crosses over the rainbow bridge and get a kitty, and I told her that I want another pug too, because pugs are amazing. Um, of course, with any brachycephalic dog, you have to worry about surgeries, their nares. Is it called their nares? Yeah, nair surgery. Their nasal passages can like get kind of smushed in. So you'll need to have surgery to widen them. And they can't. What's that? What's that? Yeah, Nick's had nair surgery. Um, And Nick's also perforated his bowel when he ate some glass and some rocks, and it was $8,000. Y'all, $8,000 before he was one. That is love for a dog because $8,000, for a dog that wasn't even one. There was one night that we were like, okay, if he can make it through this night, great, we'll keep him. If he dies, that we've given all we can. That was the night of reckoning. And it was a scary night, but he pulled through and now he's wonderful. He just eats everything. So we have our house Nick's proof. Like we know what's going on. He has to wear a muzzle when he goes outside. Let's see. Hold on. Zoop. Oh no, cat. See. Uh, I don't know. See, there we go. I'm gonna watch you. I'm gonna go DM you my cell number. You can text if you want before surgery. And oh my god, it's wild. Well, because he perforated his bowel and they pulled it out of him. They did exploratory surgery first, and that's how they found out that he had perforated his bowel, and the rocks and glass that were in there. Um, and so, yes, that is his story, and I am sticking to it. Egg is shaking her head over here, but uh, apparently we have two separate ideas of what actually happened. Um, but yeah, Nick's is cool. I want a cat so bad. Where I used to work, before I stopped working, we had three store cats. Opal, Smokey, and Rose, named after crystals. I worked at a metaphysical bookstore, um, and that was fun. I'm hoping that once my face heals, maybe I can go back there, because I'm on disability. And if you're on disability, you know that they like to keep you poor. They give you a little stipend each month. Even though I worked 30 plus years, I only get 1,400 a month before taxes. So my monthly check is around 1,200. And so that sucks. For working 30 plus years, that they give me 1,200 a month. That's like not even, I don't know, that's not even 30,000 a year, and they expect people to live on that. So I was supplementing that income with by working, and of course you can't work a lot of hours, and you can't make more money, and you can't make a certain amount of money per month. If you make over that amount of money, then they will take away your disability. I've been on disability once before, and I got off of it. Manic episode. I had a Crohn's disease flare, and I had a gender dysphoria flare all at the same time. Lost my job, was depressed, manic, all of that, and go into had to get disability again. You were able to get him surgery and 3-month recovery in my room. Lived up the last year and a half with us. Well, that's great. Oh, with the neck slice. I didn't see that. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, we're hoping that going to work out blood or my blood pressure for surgery on Thursday. Surgery is Thursday, scheduled at 8 o'clock a.m. I will be at the hospital at probably 5 we do we're going to 30 and 45 minutes. Uh, you guys sleep too? Okay. Oh, I know. I know that's horrible. I'm sorry. That happens. That happens. Um, you know, his father passed earlier this year, and his wife had to choose between having his disability or what else? Her working, getting her disability.
No, it's not disability. Hers was like Social Security.
Okay, hers was Social Security, and his that was disability. Not disability. Okay, they were both Social Security, but she had to choose between his Social Security and her Social Security. You know, it's just fucked up that kids pay about, you know, the money that they need. It's 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 a crazy system. I understand. Um, I hope you don't have to pay all of that money back. That's going to be a lot of money. Um, I know, and like back on disability, it was my case expedited because I was on disability for more than 5 years. Yeah, it took 2 years. 2 years. It's only it's by 2 years. So the 2 years I did get money back. I think we got about 25,000 in back pay, and that did help out a lot. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, that helped out a lot to get that big chunk at one time, but to get like $1,200 a month, I am thankful. Please, yeah, I am thankful that egg is the major breadwinner in our household. I'm sorry, Atlanta traffic is crazy and everybody's acting crazy right now except for Egg. This is why I do not like being on the highway in Atlanta because people drive crazy. Um, Thankfully, Egg is a very good driver, a very safe driver. Um, but yeah, now we're getting ready to get on 285. If you know 285, woo! Gotta tell you. Hey, Julie, welcome. Good to see you on here. Just talking about my pre-surgical check-in today and the fact that my blood pressure was super high. And I was told that if my blood pressure is super high again, raise my voice. Hi. Okay. So I was told I was damn it, Muffin. I can't do it. So I'm gonna talk in my old voice because I can't do my new voice right now. But yeah, I can't get my blood pressure up or I'm sorry, lower, then I can't have surgery. And that would be a big pisser to go in the day of surgery and be told I can't have surgery. I would probably start flipping over tables, cussing the doctors out, all sorts of crazy shit. When in actuality, it would be my fault because I've had too much salt. I'm overweight. I didn't. Now that doesn't mean that like people who are of regular weight and don't eat a lot of salt can't have high blood pressure. That's not true at all. But in my case, I think it is because my blood pressure has been controlled before. I have been on blood pressure before, medication, and then I've been off blood pressure medication before. Oh, yours is always high at the doctor's? So I think that's the case with mine too, but we've been checking it at home, not as often as we should. Um, but we do check it. It's like what, 125 over 84? 125 over 84 or something near there. And that's good. Doctors freak you out. Doctors don't necessarily freak me out. It's just the anticipation, I think, is what it is. Um, Yeah, I went in there today. I meditated this morning. I went in there today thinking that I was ready for the blood pressure work. Everything else checked out. The EKG was perfect. They checked my heart and lungs, and that was perfect. I didn't need to do blood work because I don't know. They assumed my surgical team already did blood work. I don't remember them doing blood work, so, I mean, that's okay. There's nothing bad in my blood. My blood is clean for the most part. The only thing that's in it is weed. Um, oh my god, taped to the car because we're not bougie. We just got a shitty car. We're gonna need a new car soon that gets attacked by deers. Yeah, that's what happens. So it's kind of a crazy story. Our car that we have is perfectly well. It's a perfectly good car. Egg was driving home one day from dropping me off at work, and a deer t-boned her. No, t-bone. Yeah, a deer like ran across the street and just smacked into our car. And if the antlers had been like an inch closer or like 5 inches to the left, she would have been skewered. Yeah, skewered. Like, she would have been dead, you know? So, understandably, she was freaking out. I was like, "Bitch, turn around, come pick me up." And she did. There was glass all over the back seat. She in her clothing, in her hair. She was really freaked out. I was scared for her, I understand. Like, that's crazy. But the the insurance company was like, "Okay, well, we're going to just junk your car," and we were like, "No, we're not going to do that. Give us the money." So they gave us the money. We thought we would be able to fix it. The problem is there's a big dent. So you can't we put the glass in for the back window, the passenger, no, the driver's side rear window. Um, we put the glass in, but the mechanism to roll it up and down does not work because it's smashed in. And we would have to pay more than the car's worth in order to get that fixed. And we are not going to pay more than the car's worth in order to get that fixed. We're going to ride this car pretty much until it dies. Till the wheels fall off, right, Muffins? Yeah, Eggy's over here talking to me, and she's saying, "Yeah, we're riding this car till the wheels fall off." And yes, that is true. We're gonna do that. So yeah, the like I said, the EKG went well. The blood pressure thing did not go too well. All the other checks went well. The nurses were nice. They were very nice. They told me to go to my happy place, um, and just really try and stay calm. They told me to do some meditating, so all of that stuff I can do. MAGA should freak you out. MAGA should freak you out, cat. MAGA? What MAGA? Where? I must have missed something there. I'm sorry. MAGA? No, MAGA would freak me out too. I hope that they don't come to my appointment. But yeah, I'm good right now. I'm happy that it's over. I understand what needs to happen. I understand the implications of what can happen. Of course, if I get to surgery day 2 days from now, and I go to the hospital, they check us in, or they check me in, wheel me back, take my blood pressure, and then say, "Well, I'm sorry, you can't have surgery," and I'm going to be pissed. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all. Yeah, I'm going to. The day of, I will on the way in. I will, and probably when we get to the hospital, I'll do a quick live. I won't be able to, of course, take my phone or my recording equipment into the OR or anything like that. But as far as surgery, I'm getting my forehead done, my sockets here, um, my lip lift, my nose done, my chin done. I'm having gonna take they said the people I just talked to said 8 hours. My surgeon said it was gonna take between 12 and 14 hours. So I'm not sure who's right. Now I'm thinking it's gonna be taking 8 to 12 hours. Either way, that's a long time under anesthesia. My longest time under anesthesia was what, 7 hours? Right. Okay. No. Thank you, Kat. Yeah, so the lip lift is more because the distance between the bottom of the nose and the top of the lip and people assigned male at birth is a little bit longer than people assigned female at birth. So what you're going to do is cut like right under my nose and take about a centimeter of flesh or maybe an inch of flesh. It's not an inch, is it? It's a centimeter. It's a millimeter or centimeter?
Like little millimeters.
Okay.
But take a little bit at a time to make sure they get
Symmetry? Okay. A little bit at a time to make sure that the symmetry is right. They're going to pull the lip up a bit so that my top teeth can show just a tiny bit. It's not going to be anything major, but I will have a scar under my nose probably for the rest of my life. I'm going to have to get good with makeup. Thank you, Julie. Oh my god, y'all are so nice. Wow. I do love my lips. I just want when I smile, my lip goes away. I want it to be a little bit more full. That doesn't mean I want lip fillers or anything like that. Um, they are doing fat grafts, and I need to talk to my surgeon about that because I am not sure where the fat grafts are going to go. Where? To lift the cheeks. Okay, so why are they doing the buccal fat? Is the buccal fat down here? Like,
it's like it's
okay. So yeah, they're removing the buccal fat and putting fat grafts. I guess that's the assumption is the buccal fat is right down here, and then they're going to put the fat grafts right up in here. Hopefully, it will take care of the bags under my eyes because I'd hate to have face and neck lift, buccal fat removal, and fat grafts, and still have these dark circles. I'm still gonna have dark circles. Well, fuck. That's not going to go away. It's hyperpigmentation, I guess. Yeah. Who can do makeup? We can do makeup. Yay! You got some fat for. I don't need any more fat, Julie. Definitely. When I started taking estrogen, the fat went to my belly and not to my ass and hips, which is where I wanted to go. Shit. It did not go there. So I do have it in my belly. I'm trying to get rid of it. Um, yeah, your ass can come, definitely. Um, but yeah, overall, I was pretty pissed in the nurse's office. I mean, I was really pissed to be completely honest. I was not acting in character. Um, but now that we're out and in the car, I am calmer. I understand what could happen and what I need to do to make this surgery actually happen. Like I said, no salt. Um, and I'm one who likes salt. Salt is life in terms of food. Um, Not having salt on food is kind of crazy to me. That's like my bestie, our bestie. She doesn't eat salt and she just likes her food bland. Shit. You know, I understand that. But like Egg said, thanks, Kat. um, but like Egg said, I can put like garlic powder, or we can smush up some real garlic, some onions, have that kind of flavor going on, and that's good flavor. It may not be salty, it may not have that salt taste, but that's okay. I figure at least the next 2 days it can't hurt, right? Right. So I'm going to. We have an air fryer. I don't know. Can we cook like chicken in an air fryer? Yeah. We're gonna cook the chicken in the air fryer. Banana peppers, red onion. Yes, yes. I don't like chicken cacciatore. Yes. Okay, that's what we might have tonight is chicken cacciatore. I like red onions. Not so big on the banana peppers, but I don't know if you know about chicken cacciatore. Egg makes a mean chicken cacciatore. It's delicious. So that's what we're gonna have tonight. Dinner solved. Yay! Um, one of the hard things for us is always dinner. Um, like what are we gonna have for dinner? What are we gonna have for dinner? We used to make a menu so that we knew, like, for 4 days we were gonna have this, 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 and this. But now we've gotten out of that and we're more like, let's just go pick something up. And so now I don't think we're gonna be able to do that much anymore. I think now we're gonna have to really plan our meals, especially with me getting surgery, me not wanting to stroke out. I want to be here for Egg. I've made a promise to Egg that I would make it to 78 years old. Because can I tell them? Okay. Because none of her parents and she had three parents. She had a bonus mom, her biological mom, and her dad, and none of them made it to 70, which sucks. And that's rough. It's rough on her. It's rough on me. I want to make it to 78 so that she makes it to 71. You know, I need for her to make it over 70. Yeah, yeah. It was crazy. Yeah, just and with there are medical issues on both of our sides. I've got bipolar disorder. Her side, oh baby, her side has schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, Crohn's disease. I've got Crohn's disease on my side. High blood pressure, uh, heart disease, in both of our families, right? Yeah, in both of our families. So it's crazy. I just met you and just adore you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna try not to die. I don't want to die. 7 to 14 hours. But like I said, for me, it's just gonna be like a second. They're gonna put me under, and then I'm gonna wake up in a lot of pain. And I gotta tell you right now, the pain medication they gave me is not strong. They only gave me five, like hydrocodone, 5 milligrams, 300, like what, 300 acetaminophen, 500 acetaminophen, 5 milligrams of hydrocodone, 500 milligrams of acetaminophen, and that is not strong at all. I remember taking stronger medication for my other surgeries, my Crohn's disease surgeries. Um, so, and of course, if I ask for higher dosages, they could be like, no, you're drug seeking. And they do that with black people a lot anyway. But white people too, just like anybody. I'm not going to just limit it to black people. They do that to anybody. And that's because a lot of the pill heads made it bad for us to get our medication that we need. Thank you so much, Cat 500. It is the weakest pain medication. I know it is. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And I told, yeah, yeah. So I'm going to talk with my surgeon's team today. Um, you need one and a half of those for pain. And you can imagine the amount of pain. I have heard the last person I talked to, your mama, said that the pain was very intense the first week, and that she was prescribed oxys, and they're not prescribing oxys for me. They're prescribing the weakest hydrocodone. They're talking about the pain won't be as intense. So I know this is bullshit. um they're literally as weak as it goes. Remember, my kid is a doctor. Oh, that's right, that's right. Yeah, and not to mention, I've had two surgeries where I've had pain medication. I get a push whenever I'm in the hospital, which I don't know if this is going to happen during this stay, but whenever I'm in the hospital, I get a push of Dilaudid, and that is my pain med. Dilaudid, yeah. Opiates did get a very bad name. I am not one to abuse opiates. I don't like them. I would rather have cocaine, honestly. But in the absence of cocaine, opiates, I guess will do. I understand that they back up the system, and then straining. Thank you, Kat. It is 100% because I'm black and they are racist. Yeah, I'm glad you said it. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but yes, you're right. So I am going to bring that up when we get home. The first thing I'm gonna do is call my surgical office and I'm gonna be like, listen, y'all are gonna have to give me something other than this, you know? And the fact that they are giving me this weak amount of pain medication just goes to show that they're like, I don't know, they think black people maybe just don't experience pain the way white people do or any other person. You know, like they think black people are immune to pain, but I am not. I'm a little baby when it comes to pain. I've had so much pain in my life, that you know. Okay, I have chronic illnesses, so I'm always in some type of pain. When people say, "Are you okay?" I say, "Yeah, I'm okay." How much? And then they say, "Rate your pain on a schedule on a 1 to 10." And I'm like, "Well, what am I supposed to say?" Because my pain, if I say it's a 5, it's usually an 8. If I say it's a 3, it's usually a 5 or 6, for everyone else. But for me, it's just like I'm used to it. But that doesn't mean for something like smashing my face and putting titanium plates in it that I want to feel the pain. That means I want to not feel the pain. I don't want for the first week to be absolute hell and just to go through the pain, that doesn't sound right to me at all. Um, anyway, I'm gonna have to get off right now. I appreciate y'all joining me. I will go live, like I said, on Wednesday. I may go live tomorrow or tonight, but definitely Wednesday at some point while with Egg. And we're gonna discuss medications, last minute preparations, and everything. Okay. Management, I need indeed, 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 Pat. Uh, and thank you, Julie. Kat, thank you for popping on. I really do appreciate everything you've been saying over the last day. It's been great to get to know you. Um, you're wonderful. Same with you, Julie. Everyone who's on, thank you. We will talk to you very soon. Abiento. Peace and chicken grease, y'all. Damn it. End this damn.